All right, good day. I hope you're doing well. Today is the 20th of February 2026, and today happens to be the last day of the week. So let's jump into price action for today. So dollar index, you can see yesterday we spoke about potentially price rejecting this high, and during the New York session that's actually what happened. And I wanted to see aggressiveness rejecting the high. I've not seen any quick sharp move apart from this area here, which is not enough. This is on the 15 minutes time frame. We need at least the 1 hour or the H4 to give us that kind of move. And then this morning we also seen price made an attempt, took out the previous day's high slightly. If I zoom in, took out the previous day's high slightly and then rejected, and we've traded through this down candle. I think price will reach for the Asian session low. Now what I want to see during this New York session is a sharp move to the downside. If we do get that, then we might be trading back into this fair value gap over here, which can be today, it can be next week, but that's what I want to see going forward. I want to see a quick sharp move to the downside on the dollar index, potentially trading for this low here. Right, so with that, euro is likely gonna go up. Now I've already mentioned that the weekly time frame is in an uptrend, so the order flow is bullish regardless of whatever is happening now. So this is just a pullback. We all go back up again. This is the actual range, so I'm looking forward for a potential buying opportunity on euro going into next week. I don't like trading on Fridays, so but if you're going to trade this, then you need to have a different mindset, as in you're taking this for a potential swing trade, and you're not expecting them to get here within the next hour or two. So that is one way that you can take this trade. If not this way, then you need to be patient and wait, because price has not confirmed it wants to go up yet. So if you are trading based on the lower time frame, then you don't have a trade yet. But if you're trading based on the higher time frame, then you do have a trade. So it depends on which type of trader you are, then you can take the trade. Similar to GU is also at a very good area where I think I highlighted this breaker that they're gonna trade to that. So that one too is in a good area where price is likely going to go up from there. So same thing as the euro. This is a buying opportunity here with your stop loss under this down candle, and then the goal is for it to go back up again, right? That is the goal. So again, you're not looking for price to go up tomorrow. Okay, it's gonna take time before it gets back up there. So if you want to go with the swing trade, then by all means you have that as an opportunity. If you want to wait for maybe a day trade or a scalp, then wait for next week, because I don't like trading Fridays price actions, because most of the time there's a lot of manipulation. Now what can end up happening today is closing above yesterday's candle, and that is possible because throughout the whole week price has been dropping. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, price has been dropping. So they can confirm today with a price couldn't breach that for the week, so we go again next week. I think they're gonna trade in here next week for the continuation. So yeah, sit patient. Can you go and sell short? Maybe, but again, it's Friday price action is not reliable, and this is not, it's not obvious. When I say not obvious, as in the candles are not giving aggressiveness enough for me. Okay, so I would say don't touch it. But if you desperately need to trade, then I think they might drop into this fair value gap, which is this candle's low over here. Okay, so that is potentially next week. That is where I'll be expecting them to trade to and then go back up again, because from the weekly time frame, right, we are closing through this fair value gap, so we might be digging deep into this up candle. Gold, I'm not convinced yet. I don't like the way it's going up. From the daily time frame perspective, I don't like, the candles are not big enough and it keeps rejecting the previous day's high. So gold, I'm gonna be on the sidelines for now. I need more information now. Based on the weekly, we are likely going to be taking the highs going into next week, but we are gonna need more than this kind of price action. So keep an eye on this particular gap for next week. Okay, that gap there, we're gonna keep an eye on that for next week. So we might open, drop down, and if I see that, I'll take a position on that. It's also overlapping with the breaker over here. They took out the previous day's low and then rejected and then went up. I'm sorry, the Asian session low, rejected and went up, and they never came back to the breaker. So that will be an area where next week they can open, drop down, and then go up, or that one. Okay, so that's also another potential setup for next week. Crude oil, we did reach the gap. It's, if you go on the daily, that volume imbalance. We've reached that, and yeah, the next target is going to be here. $67.50, 67.74. That will be the next target. So we might pull back, and I would love it to do that. Okay, I would love it to pull back here, and then I'll get another entry. If we shoot up, that's fine, but I would love to get another entry. So price rejecting that high, all that I need is they need to close above last week's high, this one here, and that is what I need. So by the close of today, whatever happens, we should stay above the previous week high. If we do that, this gap here becomes where they are likely gonna form the low of the week going into next week, or even depending, if they close as we are, then that will create this also as a fair value gap, and that will be maybe where the low of the week might form. But till now, I'm just watching. I'm not gonna take any trade on crude oil today. As a matter of fact, I closed 2 of my positions yesterday on crude oil. Yeah, I closed 2 of my positions, so I'm left with 2, and I'm looking forward to add more to it. ES, I think I already gave you this yesterday, that they were going to come here and then drop down, probably to attack this low. That is still the case for me. I'm still looking forward for a continuation to the downside, unless we trade through this gap, but it doesn't look like that is gonna happen. So as long as this gap exists, I'm looking forward for this down, this low here as a draw on liquidity. Dollar yen, we happen to trade to the area I shaded yesterday, which is the 618 to the 70.5, and so far we've got a sharp rejection, likely trading through the down candle. So what I've done is I've highlighted this fair value gap that you're gonna stay, but again, it's Friday, so I'm not trusting that. But if anything, then we might be coming back down. Okay, but I don't trust Friday price action, so you can take the risk if you want to. I myself, I don't know, I'll see. I'll see how I feel when I finish the section. If we start rejecting, maybe this up will become a bearish order next week. Okay, so yeah, let's see how price is gonna behave, and who knows, probably the movement to the downside is gonna be quick, sharp, 1, 2, 3 candles just coming for this low. Okay, sorry for that. I had a little bit of a disconnection. Australian dollar, again, as long as this fair value gap exists, we are looking for high prices, and from the weekly perspective, I already mentioned, if we close like this, maybe next week they can take out this low and then go up, but possibly or preferably not. Okay, possibly or preferably not, because this gap exists. So even if they attempt, it'll be another stop run on these lows, and then price will reject and go up again. So let's see. I would like to see one day close like this, then I'm long. Okay, so if we get one day to close bullish, then you can actually take a long. I don't trust, again, Friday price action, not the best, not the cleanest. Things can happen, but yeah, things can happen. If today goes all the way up and close bullish, that would be perfect, and then that will set the scene for next week. Ooh, the weather is so cold in the UK. It's been raining for days. Anyway, so that is that for the currencies. Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, nothing really has changed since yesterday. I'm still looking for the lower prices. Let's go to the H4. Still looking for lower prices. I think we getting a previous day's run above previous day's high. The weekly low is going to be a draw on liquidity going forward. Ethereum, still lower prices. Price is contracting, which is the candles are becoming smaller. So there's going to be another big move coming, maybe over the weekend. But I will expect them to be going down rather. Same thing with Solana and Ripple, Hype. I think yesterday I spoke about this H4 up candle holding and then going down. I think they've run stops. They've run a previous day's high. So definitely this is still the draw on liquidity. As long as this up candle is there, this is where price is gonna go, or minimum this candle's low. Okay, so Hype, lower prices. That's key. No idea what it's doing, but it looks like it's holding price for maybe next month. Now from the monthly perspective, you can see this is the month of February. We've done nothing, right? So if you're trading this, it can be a little bit painful to watch, because a whole month for that to happen, that is not cool. But yeah, I'm expecting them to go up, so they might be holding it, waiting for Bitcoin to align, and then that will happen. Then finally the AI16Z, the move that happened yesterday, 2 days ago, they've come back completely to close it in, so we didn't create any fair value gap, hence nothing new has happened. But like I keep saying, right now there is no such thing as selling on this AI16Z. So yeah, buying is the only way. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Focus more on, if you want to long term Bitcoin and Euro, for long term as in swing trade. Okay, the rest, maybe for now, nothing. We wait for the week to close and give us more information, then we take it from there. Okay, so that is all I have for you for today. Nothing major, more or less like a waiting game, especially on the majors. Dollar index needs to, there we go, that's what I wanted to see. Okay, so with such candle, is showing that the high is being rejected, even though I would have loved to see a continuation, not this type of candles, but sustained drop move, not this kind of move. But it's okay. At least it's happening on the during the New York session. And let me go over here, and the H4 is giving up this down candle, so it's a good thing. Hopefully it can stay below that candle. If we can stay below it, perfect. Then we'll be looking for, like I said, price to reach for this area here. Okay, so that is all I have for today. Thanks for tuning in. I will see you same time tomorrow for another live session. Until then, take care.